So what is ZetaChain and why do I believe it's the best interoperability solution in crypto? Well, before I go over that, if you aren't following me on Twitter, definitely do so at thecryptodata. I post a lot of crypto alpha and post the best content I can, so definitely give me a follow. I'd really appreciate it. So ZetaChain, it's a secure omnichain blockchain protocol. So they build interoperable dApps, and the good thing that I like about them is they can span across different chains. So not just Ethereum, but again, go to Bitcoin and even the Doge chain as well. So we'll talk about that a little bit. But I actually posted a thread about it. If you haven't seen it, definitely do so. But I go into depth about what they do. So I'll cover this thread as well as some of the reasons why I noticed ZetaChain. So one of the reasons why I noticed them was, besides being launched only 2 weeks ago and gaining a ton of hype, a lot of big accounts have started tweeting about them. So you have accounts like MetaQuant, over 50,000 followers, Zoomer Oracle, over 30,000 followers, and then Pyth Network actually mentioned them as well, again, over 180,000 followers. So a lot of these big accounts start mentioning them recently, and like I said, they launched not even 2 weeks ago, and you can see they had a huge run up, and then since then they've been consolidating, and I strongly believe it's gonna have another run up in the coming weeks. Now, looking at this thread that I wrote, again, Zeta has actually been compared a lot to THORChain and also Axelar. Okay, these are two cross-chain protocols, which THORChain is over a 5x market cap of what ZetaChain is, and then Axelar is almost a 2x market cap of what ZetaChain is. So again, that kind of tells you the opportunity that ZetaChain has, but in my opinion, it's a lot better than those. Okay, so in this thread, I talk about its architecture. So again, its architecture stands out for its focus on cross-chain messaging capabilities. So it's built as a proof-of-stake blockchain that utilizes the Cosmos SDK and the Comet BFT consensus, which features their own L1 token Zeta. So a big thing about this is Zeta, they actually use their own token, which is huge, and something that, again, ZetaChain, you can see, provides value transfer messaging and smart contracts between any chain or layer. Okay, I'll talk about this a little bit at the end of this thread, why using their own token is important. But a big part is also their tokenomics. So a lot of times people will overlook the tokenomics, they may get, lost in the hype. But here you can see that ZetaChain's tokenomics, there's very little tokens that were unlocked on TGE. So you can see 2%, 1.5, 4.5, and 3%. So that's just 11% of tokens unlocked at TGE. And then most of these have cliffs or are linearly unlocked over 41 to 48 months. And then this untracked here, 10%, is actually, you can see on the bottom, is for validator incentives, which is distributed through block emissions over 4 years. Okay, so most of the tokens now, 11% is really what's going to be unlocked. And then the big wave isn't going to happen for at least another 6 months, okay, after these cliffs are up. So you still have a lot of time and a lot of opportunity for growth, and why I think, it'll have a good chance of a potential run over the next few weeks. Now, besides that, again, I mentioned that there's other interoperability solutions, right? Well, ZetaChain, it's actually the differentiating factor for it is it's used, again, as a native token, like I mentioned earlier, in its cross-chain messaging. So you can see here that comparing them with other chains like the Cosmos, Layer 0, or different token bridges, ZetaChain has that, again, value transfer DEX, message passing, chain agnostic, omnichain smart contracts, native Bitcoin vault management, and settlement. So immediate native settlement. So again, they have that advantage over their competition on top of using their own token for gas, for their omnichain smart contracts and internal transactions, securing the proof-of-stake blockchain, voting and governance, and core pools, okay? Then again, you have all of these different dApp ideas that they can be used for. And then last but not least, when you compare them with the current state of cross-chain, you can see here that, again, you have chain 1, and then you have all these different steps in between them. It's convoluted with the UI. And then here with ZetaChain, you just have a single step, single fee, and then ZetaChain takes care of everything in one simple UI, and then using its native tokens. And then at the end of that, you have your unified liquidity versus that fragmented liquidity on the second chain. So again, it's very simplistic, and they have a lot of use cases as well. And then if you go to their website, another thing I want to point out is their partners that they have. So these guys have a ton of partners, notable ones being Sushi, OKEx, Pyth, BitGet Wallet, again, all of these guys, and they have over actually 200 ecosystem partners if you look on their website, with 14 million cross-chain transactions and 3 million testnet users. So again, there's a ton of opportunity for these guys. They're constantly developing, getting used in different dApps, And again, they can transition over to different different networks, like I mentioned, the Bitcoin and the Dogecoin network as well. You can see here. So a lot of the different opportunities it gives, as well as, what does the future look like? They are looking at Web3 connected as one, where developers can build and leverage the power of many networks seamlessly, and users no longer have to worry about switching or bridging between them. So that's where ZetaChain is going to come into play. So again, I believe the opportunity is very, very good for ZetaChain right now. Now going over some of the price action. So again, I mentioned it had that huge run up in the beginning and it's been consolidating. Now, anyone who knows TA knows that this little point right here is the fake out, right? So it sees this support level, it fakes out, goes under it, $1.14, and then since then it has used it as support, and now it did the same thing. It broke above resistance and now is using it as support. So this level right here, support between 130 to 135, I believe this is a very good level if you're thinking of buying any here. And then this next support, or this next resistance more so, we can see $1.50 to $1.53. So again, look, it's already tried to tap that $1.50 level once. I believe we'll see it again sooner rather than later, and then eventually breaking those all-time highs near that $2 level. So again, a lot of updates for ZetaChain. A lot of people have been talking about it again. And again, interoperability is a big narrative that I believe will be very strong this year. So ZetaChain is definitely going to lead the way in my opinion. And again, I mentioned that ThorChain and Axelar are two big competitors. They're two cross-chain protocols, and they're 2 to 5x more market cap than ZetaChain is. So right now you can see it's in the accumulation phase. I believe we'll definitely see it start to go towards the upside very, very soon. So definitely recommend you guys check it out. Again, go a little bit through their website and their docs. There's more information that I covered, but this thread that I had was just a quick Cliff Notes version, but just something that I wanted to let y'all know about, and so you could have some exposure to it as well, since it is still a fairly new token. So hopefully this video helped y'all out. Again, guys, if you aren't following me at thecryptodata, really, really appreciate it. Provide as much crypto alpha as I can, keep y'all as up to date as I can, as well as some Bitcoin TA to keep y'all up to date with that. So until next time, thanks for watching.